about Twitter. And yes, I am driving for like 2 seconds. I'm cheating, I know. I'm pulling into the calling me my wife. My wife knows I'm streaming. So, anyways, we will be pulling in here and going over Twitter. All right. So I wanted to about Twitter. Okay. So with that being said, let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. Um, yeah. So let me know if you can hear me in the chat. And sorry, my wife is literally blowing me up right now. She knows when I stream. Hello, good morning. What's going on, Jimbo Lee Lingo? But I just wanted to talk about this real quick. And I know the thumbnail. Let me provide some context real quick, okay? So when you see the thumbnail, don't like clip it, put it on Twitter, and like, oh, Kyle means, you know, Twitter's gonna onboard millions in like today, right? No, that's not what I mean. So let me provide context on that. Would I? All right, awesome, Jeff. Good. All right, thank you, appreciate that. I think this could be a multi-year ordeal. Obviously, for many different reasons. If you actually follow my content, and you actually follow or like watch all of it, I provide a lot of context in terms of the macro. I did a stream just yesterday, actually kind of predicting the Twitter feed, and what I've seen this morning is exactly what I predicted. If you follow me on Twitter at Tiger Wilson, Wilson with two L's, I just quote tweeted, "What's going on, Charles? What's up, my man? Red O in the house. Let's drop those red O's if you're a part of the Red Circle family. And also, by the way, I have a membership, YouTube membership for like $1 a month. I mean, it really does go a long way. And it's really, actually, I'm really appreciative. It doesn't even matter if you're doing $1 a month or whatever. Super appreciative. It does help. But anyways, back to the topic. Red O Circle family. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I quote tweeted Ran. Was I forget his last name. I forget how to say his last name, but it's Ran, right? He does crypto banter, and he's got one of the biggest YouTube channels in the space. And he tweeted and basically said that he's been getting a lot new, more followers, a lot more engagement. And I've been seeing this across the board. Like I've been scrolling through my Twitter feed, and it's been showing a lot of crypto people talking about how they've been getting a lot of engagement and kind of unlocking kind of a new audience, right? So I think this is the case, right? We're seeing the algorithm kind of open back up a little bit to kind of what was considered maybe not as popular in terms of the people that worked at Twitter maybe previously. I'm not really sure, right? We don't really know for sure, and we may never know, but it just appears that people's accounts are kind of being unlocked, so to speak, right? Shadow bans, I think, may have happened in terms of crypto and blockchain. We know that like some people think NFTs are, yo, what's going on, Riley? Yeah, let's go. What's up, Batcal fam? Uh, so yeah, like it just seems like, we know, like if you've been in NFTs for the past year, you obviously know that people think like, NFTs are destroying the world, but we know that like layer two solutions are providing solutions for carbon neutrality. So when you look at it that way, there's just a lot of uneducated people in the mainstream, in the masses, right? And so I think that's why we noticed some maybe possible shadow banning on social media platforms. We know all social media platforms basically support it. It's just like the people on their platforms, their users, are the ones who haven't fully educated themselves. But Elon, I don't think really cares. He's not going to wait around for that education type of bit, right? It seems like he's just okay with unlocking that algorithm, which is actually super bullish. And hear me out on that. Now, this again could take a few years for millions of people to be onboarded, but this is one of those catalysts I was really looking forward to, something like this, all right? And this did cause a mini bull run, and that's not to say that I'm saying any financial advice. This is just entertainment only. I'm some guy with a random camera on the internet, okay? But I think we still go we still go full bear, here in the short term, midterm. Long term, obviously, I'm really bullish, but a lot of macroeconomics have to still play out. We still have to play out the Fed. We still have to play out, global, geopolitics and things like that. I think that all has to play out. Long term, though, super bullish. But Twitter could kind of spark something very interesting, all right? Twitter could spark other social media platforms to also do and follow the same. I saw that Facebook actually reached out to Twitter in terms of working together in terms, I think, of like moderation or something. I don't really know, but it's interesting that Facebook, out of all platforms, is actually reaching out to Twitter. And I do wonder what those two will discuss in terms of maybe blockchain, because that's one of the biggest ones when you look at Zuckerberg creating the metaverse. We know Twitter has already waived support, then Facebook followed suit with the digital collectibles. So it's going to be interesting, right? And Twitter is obviously one of the biggest platforms now in social media in terms of getting information out quick. Everybody in the tech space is really on Twitter, right? And that's really important uh, because when not everybody in tech supports NFTs just yet, so understand that. And it is important when you're unlocking new audiences on Twitter and actually educating people and things like that. I think the space can go a really long way. So we could see not a multi-decade, but a multi-year onboarding of millions of users to NFTs and like on platforms like VeVe. And I think when you look at platforms like VeVe, it's just so easy to be onboarded because there's so little. You don't really need like a book to really understand how to work VeVe. You just download an app and you just buy the digital collectible. It's super simple. You just buy gems, and gems make it fun. Like everything is just fun about collecting on VeVe. Now you do have to be careful of obviously like the gains, losses, blah blah blah, right? But if you're just a collector and you're just like, I really like this, like it's just like you're in Pokemon. It just depends on who you are. I know some people take the flipping side of EV so serious, right? Super serious, and like they got to get their money right. I totally understand that, but on the flip side, you're going to get a lot of mainstream users that just want to have fun. They just want to collect. They just want to see things broadcasted in AR. They just want to have fun, and they just want to collect that hopefully one day Pikachu in augmented reality, so that they Verge, yeah, so that they could just have fun in AR. We know that Apple Glasses is around the corner, which is another bullish catalyst, in my opinion. What we saw in the last, now let's not forget the last bear market or mini bear flash bear market last year, NFTs were outperforming crypto. So let that sink in for a second. NFTs have the potential to really shine in the bear market. So what we're seeing with the OMI token is resilience as well. So we're seeing a lot of resilience around the VeVe and Ecomi and VeVe project or platform, right? So that's very interesting to me. And we saw Paul Barron, he just did a video about that, about how the bear market's incoming for all the metaverses, but he said, but OMI. And we saw God's Entry do a nice chart. I know people like Pags are still super bearish, but fair enough, right? Fair enough to have that mindset or that like take and outlook, right? He's coming in with a very realistic approach, okay? So I don't really want to like say that that's not right? But there could be I'm just saying there could be some resilience to that though, because with the OMI token, the way it's performed just the past couple days, in news and in light of just a mention of the OUP project and the token just bounced up, right? We could see the same thing in macro NFTs. We could see a lot of different things pop off. We could see maybe Shopify launches their marketplace, integrates it into a bunch of stuff. It could be interesting, right? But I do think it could take a couple of years before we see the real bulk of masses really pour in. But in the meantime, this is a good opportunity. So no matter what, in the valleys, you definitely want to be doing your due diligence research, and maybe you see some undervalued stuff. Like I talked in a space last night. Is actually Block Space. He was talking a little bit about a few things, but he asked me like why I don't really talk too much about selling, and sometimes I do, sometimes I will, but I try to stay away from that. I'm more of a long. So if you look at the traditional stock market, and those traders on there, you'll have a lot of traders that are like really good at longing. You'll have traders that are good at shorting, or you'll have some that are hybrids, right? And that's what I kind of compare it to. I'm really good at like longing and seeing undervalued stuff. Not so much on the shorting side. So that's why the reason why you'll see me make more like bullish and longish and longing content versus short content. So I do want to separate that. Like a lot of people, they're like, why are you acting like Moon Boy? I'm like, I'm not Moon Boy. It's just I'm better at longing, and I'm more of an investor. So I like to invest over time, and I'm not like a day trader, right? I used to do day trading. I'm actually pretty good at it. swing trading as well. Yo, what's up, Sleeping Comics? Let me pull up the chat here. Let me catch back up. Let me see if I can see live chat. There we go. There we go. Yo, Sleeping, we got so many catalysts coming, says Wes. Sleeping Comics says Kyle. LFG, excuse me. Yes, LFG. A booster every day says Kyle, good to go. Enjoy your day and drive safe. Hey, Reslon, is always good to see you, my man. It's always good to see you in the chat. It's been a while. I love to see you in the chat, man. Jimbo Lee Lingo. Hey, Master Sleeping Comics. Good morning. Yes, we are all the apprentice of Sleeping Comics and his comic take. So definitely still, I'm personally still learning about comics. When you look at the NFT comic space, you can, I like to treat some of it like, so there's two, I'm kind of a hybrid when it comes to comics, right? I like to collect some, and I want some for my personal collection to have that social currency. I want it. And then a part of me is I look at it as like investing, right? Kind of like the stock market. So I'm personally like a hybrid, but I'm continuously learning about comics, the backstory, everything, right? So yeah, Sleeping's one of the leaders in the space when it comes to that. Let me see here. Let me catch back up to the live chat. Long-term hold typically have a lot more gains than short-term traders. Yeah, exactly. And the thing with shorting and like short-term trading is it's a lot more riskier in my opinion. So when you're looking at shorting, you have to kind of time things. Some people are really good. There's just some people in the VeVe community that are really good at it. I remember one guy. He's actually a smaller VeVe creator. He mentioned there's a couple of guys that I think it was two specifically. I forget their names. I don't even know if they make content anymore, but they both were like, hey, this actually might be a good time to get out. Like, this might be actually a good time. We're at the peak. And they were literally saying this at the apex of the VeVe market. And I was like, man, I don't know. Like, we could, and I was still bullish on NFTs, obviously, at the time. And I still am. But what I mean is, like, longing. And I was like, man, I don't know. They could have more legs to, reach those high valuations. And, they were right. Inflation did hit. And so, it is important to listen to some of those guys that are really good at calling, different time periods and things like that. Like I said, I'm really good at undervalued stuff. If I see something undervalued, I'm immediately going to jump on it and I'm going to watch it. And I kind of did that with the VeVe logo. I thought it was undervalued. People kept selling them. And, I reached out to VeVe Fox and I was like, hey, what's up with these golden logos? How many are there actually out there? How many have people claimed? And I was literally, she's like the tracking queen of collectibles on VeVe, right? So I reached out to her and she did a whole video on that, and that was undervalued. And I was like trying to like snipe the floor on that. But yeah, like fast forward to today, like now it's like it's duh, like the VeVe logos were undervalued at the time. I think it got as low as like 1,600. Somebody beat me to that low price, but it's something I do watch on the marketplace. Now I could take gains. This is where my downfall is personally as a NFT trader specifically, not a stock trader. Okay, stock trading, I'm very emotionless. I'm like, man, I'm gonna get my gains and then get out of here. I'm gonna like very conservative when it comes to stock trading. Like 10% gains, lock me in, baby. But on VeVe, it's different. It's like, man, I'm trying to get those 1,000x gains. Maybe not that obviously not that not that obviously not for real, but like 100%, like in VeVe is usually not that it's not that uncommon, right? It's very common to see 100x or 100%, 200%. So NFTs are different too. They invoke a lot of emotional response in me, like the collector in me, and it's hard to trade out of some of these NFTs. So I personally struggle in that area, and I am getting better at it. So time will tell on all that end, but that's my strategy on everything. But yeah, back to Twitter. Let me know. I put up a tweet that said basically, if you have seen new content in the Twitter feed, please go comment on that Twitter or on that tweet and let me know. Are you seeing new content, or comment right now in the chat? Are you seeing new content show up on your Twitter feed? I personally am. I'm seeing, like Rand, his tweets now from Crypto Banner. I'm seeing Elon's tweets a lot more. I'm seeing like more crypto outside of VeVe. I've seen a lot of VeVe content. I don't know if the algorithm really restricted VeVe users, to be honest, because it doesn't realize we're NFTs too in crypto. Master Sleeman, I just sent you a DM on Instagram. Can you check that out, please? Says Jimbo Lee Lingo. Um, But yeah, so let me know in the chat or in the comments below, and check out my tweet on Twitter. Let me know if you guys are seeing brand new content. I'm doing a little science project, a little data analyzing here about the new Twitter feed. I believe it's a new algorithm in a sense that they've changed it, right? I think they changed it. I used to literally monitor Google's algorithm as a professional for a long time. I did a lot of marketing for the past 10 plus years and started out doing algorithmic, monitoring for SEO purposes. So it seems like they've changed the algorithm already just in the past couple of days, which is very shocking because I didn't expect to see any updates or any changes made to the algorithm. Even if it's just they added back some maybe content creators or unshadow ban them. We're seeing like a mass unshadow ban if that's the case, but yeah, like it's very interesting. We could see the same thing with YouTube and Facebook. I have a feeling that maybe possibly YouTube has kind of done the similar in a sense. Now I know that YouTube is bullish on NFTs long term and Web3, but I do have a feeling that they have restricted or have suppressed a little bit there as well. I feel like my older content used to do really well. I mean, I used to get like 20K, 10K views per video. That lets you know that I don't really care about like the views, right? I do a lot of my videos now because I'm passionate about creating content. So, yeah, please understand that too. So, but yeah, let me know in the comments. Do you think other social media platforms could unsuppress, unlock, or change algorithms based on what Twitter's doing? We've seen crypto kind of have a little mini bull run. So again, this could be a multi-year thing, which I think it will be. I think it'll be a multi-year thing, which is okay. We still have to let the bear market play out. We still have to let macroeconomics play out as well. Um, for this video, let me know what your context, what you think about what's going to happen with Twitter unlocking the algorithm. Will it onboard millions in the next few years? Could it be shorter? I don't know. You let me know in the chat, in the comments, and if you want to see me do any other types of content, please let me know. I read the comments, and I will for sure do that. So I will see you guys later. I got to pick up dog food. I got to pick up ice. It's my daughter's birthday today. I will catch you guys later. Be like an NFT. Be authentic. Much love. Peace, love, VeVe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.